Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? If y'all new to the channel, my name is Young D. Nice to meet you. To the people that do know me, appreciate all the love and support. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. Y'all know what time it is. We recently beat the altars like 3 to 5 days ago. I know this video is a little bit late, but I was on my Death Stranding 2 grind. Recently beat it. Go check out that video. 3 hours long, but 3 hours of nothing but pure entertainment. So definitely a review is coming out soon for that game as well. But right now, let's focus on the altars. We're gonna focus on the pros, the cons, what I love about it, what I hate about it, what I think, what they should add in the near future, and what, you know, they should get rid of. And let's get straight to it. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to say this is a different type of survival game. I've been having a little itch of survival games lately, and I'm glad this one was able to provide me that adrenaline that I've been craving for. And also, since we're on that planet, it reminds me of space, right? I know we don't travel through space, but the way how this game is set up reminds me of space. You want to know why? It's because something like this, it was a survival game, and it reminded me, it was like space affiliate, right? So with those two being combined, I'm like, I definitely gotta grind this game out. I definitely gotta get it, definitely gotta play it, etc. And I'm glad I did, because like I said, the fact that you play as a character, right? This character you playing as is a builder. The skills that they want you to do, you're not equipped for that. So like, if I wanted to cook food properly, I wasn't built for that. If I wanted to fix something, I wasn't quite built for that. So what did this game do in return? You make an altar. As you can see, everybody that you see on the left hand side of the screen, they're called altars, which is an alteration of myself, but change it from different paths. And now the things that I wasn't built for, guess what? I will use them for that said task. So as you can see, we got a technician, we got a doctor, a guard, a botanist. We got a lot of people to help. There is actually no enemies, no villains, no nothing you come across. Every problem you come across is literally dealing with this planet and you trying to make it back home in a certain amount of time. Because as you can see at the bottom right hand corner, if I don't get out of here in 5 days, we get burned up by a sunrise, which will ruin my game and it'll basically kill everybody. Now, this is what I want them to add in the near future. A permadeath mode, right? Where not only the game is harder, but they add a permadeath mode. So if I messed up and I die, guess what? We got to start all the way over from the very beginning. I feel like something like this would definitely will make this game more strategy, because obviously you don't want to die and lose all your saves, right? So that was something that I also would love if they would have added. On top of that, another thing that I feel like they should add is basically free play. As much as I do love this game, you know, I beat it twice already. If they would have added a free play type of game mode where I can go into like any part of the planet without the fear of the sunrise, that's where I would like to be. Because then you can use that as a practice mode, plan out what characters you can get, what characters that will be good for the long run. what type of resources you should focus on first, etc., etc. If I had that, definitely my next run would have been a lot more better because I would have a lot more practice. I would understand the game more. But when you play in the main game mode, you really don't got too much time. Because if you think way too hard, guess what? That's a day wasted. And then you also got to deal with magnetic storm. And then another thing, you built the altars, but guess what? These altars will beef with each other. And if you don't step up and control that, guess what? They will rebel against you, which will also ruin your game. Which brings me also to my point, permadeath. So as it going for the story was pretty decent. I mean, it wasn't too nothing like big and everything, but the story was nice, easy to follow, easy to catch on. Definitely for a viewer point of view, you will be able to know what was going on and you can immediately pick up what I had to do to get out. But basically the whole premise was to get off this planet. That's really the main part. And like literally, if you make the wrong choice, that can like really affect how your gameplay is. Or really, it can affect your ending. Because there is 8 different endings to this game. Alright? 8 different ways your whole playthrough can go. And if you don't do nothing right, if you don't do anything like according to plan, hey, you might get that sort of bad ending. You might get an ending that seems good, but could be better in the end. So it's really how you play the game, ladies and gentlemen. Visually, the graphics was beautiful. I like the character art. The characters are pretty cool. Especially, like, it's literally the same character, but like they're like in a different multiverse. They did everything that you have in your life differently. So, for example, the character I'm playing right now, obviously is the main and only character you play as, but his mom ended up dying and he wasn't there to see her in her final moments, right? But you get an altar, and guess what? They chose a different path than you, and they were able to see their mom in their final moment. So if you make good relationship with your altars, he will tell you like, hey man, you want to hear mom's final words? And it's like a different type of story that your character was never able to experience. Alright, so now that I kind of touched up basically everything I kind of want to touch up, I said that the graphics, the visuals, character design, like I said, the story, wasn't too bad. It wasn't nothing to be like surprised about, like not a big story, but it was nice little clean story. I think I'm ready to give out my rating. So, like I said, I did love this game. I like how it was a new type of survival game for me. It's like one of those games where, like, not only I play like games like Fallout Shelter, those type of games on your mobile, like the base mechanic, how you build your base, how you explore your own base, is literally that same aspect. But when you go outside and explore, you get that little 3D model feel, and then you gotta go out and get gears and supplies and materials, so you can thrive and you can get off this planet. I do love that aspect. But even with that, I will have to give this game a nice little YNG rating of a 8.5 out of 10. Like I said, it was a good game, great game, but I feel like there could have been more to the game that could have been added. For the main game, obviously, I know this game probably might have a DLC in the future. They might expand on it, add some new game modes. I'll come back to it. This is definitely a game I'll definitely don't mind coming back to. But other than that, this game is short, depending on how fast and quickly you learn everything, how you pick up everything, and how you play the game. It really depends on you. That might be a little bit longer. To me, once I got the hang of it after my first playthrough, I played a second time and immediately was able to beat it in like within a day or two. Um, but yes, 8.5 out of 10. Definitely a good game. Definitely a great game. I recommend it. And for its price, what it's worth, I believe only paid like $30. Yeah, I only paid like $30. So this is for a game that is short and sweet. An 8.5 rating is actually a pretty good deal for me. Can't wait to see what they add in the future, like DLCs. Yeah, definitely will be looking into that. Anyway, shout out to the dev team, 11-bit. I can't wait to see what other game y'all put out. Young Squad, I love y'all. Young D is out of here. Deuces.